Well, you're all probably asking whatever happened to that Bear Creek Arsenal rifle and the issues with it. Well, before we get into it, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you could, become a member and help support the channel. We had an issue with the latest Bear Creek Arsenal product that I received. And, you know, as we tried to diagnose it and whatever, and because of certain circumstances, I did not send the gun back and decided to diagnose it and fix the problem myself, which I did, okay? Now, a lot of you will tell me, well, I'm not a gunsmith, I, don't quite understand what was wrong, a lot of the comments saying, well, it could be the problem that I was correct and diagnosed, or it could be even bigger problems. But bearing that in mind, I've done several reviews of Bear Creek Arsenal products, and over the years, over many years, I've used a lot of their products, be it Glock barrels or AR parts, uppers, the side charging upper receiver build, upper is a fantastic gun. I've had no trouble with it. I've had several other complete rifles from them with absolutely no problems with them. But I found out that I could probably drive down there and request a tour of the factory. So maybe this summer, when I can get the missus as a cameraman, I may go down and ask to have a tour of the factory itself. That may be something in the works, so stay tuned for that. Now, as we knew, we got the brand new gun. And of course, they do have the 30-day send it back, get a refund if you're unhappy warranty. But like I said, because of certain circumstances, I couldn't do that. Okay? And I decided not to. And I'm not going to go into the details. Not on YouTube. So we got the gun, and what it was doing is hanging up. Okay? I mean, it was terrible when I first got it. But after I took the gun apart, cleaned all the oil out of it, and I noticed there was an awful lot of oil running out of the chamber area, and a lot of that, it's not lubrication, it is actually a protective oil, and there was a ton of it in there. Okay. Once I got the gun apart, cleaned everything with carburetor cleaner and that, actually a lot of it went away, okay, and it would just barely hang up. It wasn't as horrible as it was when I first got it. And I was able to go out and shoot the gun. But what I first did is trying to diagnose why it was hanging. Okay, I'll give you a little clip where I show you where the gas rings were screwed up, and we'll go and we'll edit that clip in now where I have a close-up of the disassembled bolt. And this was prior to me firing the gun. Alright, and I know the lighting sucks, but hopefully you can see this. What I noticed was the rings here are in pretty rugged shape, these gas rings right in here, and they don't look good at all. Now, as we've seen in the last clip, the rings were tore up. Now, what I did is, after I fired it, and we'll look at me firing it in the next segment, I took an endoscope, and this is a close-up of the photograph. That's a little mirror on the end of it, and these are the two vent holes inside the bolt carrier. You know, the little ports off to the side. That's them there and there. And if you look right here under magnification, here and here, this lighter colored metal that you see in that area there is probably what was tearing and shearing off of the gas rings that we've seen there. That first segment showing you the tore up gas rings. And so how the story goes is I got it to where it was somewhat working. And there's a video of me taking it out onto the range and shooting it. So we'll give you a clip where I fire a couple. You'll see me shoot a couple and the gun functioned as is without nothing, even though it was sticking a little bit. This is how the gun functioned. We're going to try it out and see if we can get it to cycle, and I'm going to zoom in here so we get a closer look at the gun. Now I fired with the original bolt in there, I think 12 to 15 rounds. And there were no hang-ups. It would lock back on the last round. Fine. Okay, so the gun did function. And see, this is the thing where, you know, I know that a lot of people, you know, they shouldn't have sent the gun from the factory like that. They should have sent it back. Okay. But the fix was amazingly simple. So, 3 little gas rings in there. Alright. At 90 some odd cents a piece, $3 fix. You get a little dental pick or a scribe, and you can pull the old rings out, snap the new ones in. Great. Now another thing where I showed you that metal in there, in the ports, if you notice it's blasted back. What I think was going on is one of the rings was tore up real bad and would catch on the holes because it was misshapen and jagged. Once I put the new rings in, all the problems went away. And when you fire the gun, there is gas release through them portholes, okay? So really all that stuff over time, and then I went and tried cleaning them out a little bit and that to knock some of that off. It'll wear and blow out, okay? Yes, didn't quite deburr the holes 100%, but all you need is just a little bit. And you have to remember that piston and the rings are working under high pressure. Alright? And that's what caused the problem. The gun is fixed, has the original bolt in it, works fine. You know, and that's the end of that. So, you know, like I said, just the circumstances in general, I would have sent it back and then did a video on their return policy, customer service and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the one problem I had, the opportunity was not there. So that's what happened there. Gun is fixed, works fine, everything's hunky-dory. Alright, so that's the way it turned out. Thank you and stay tuned.